Hi, this is Brenda from ABE Massage School. And
Hi,
this is
I'm Rebecca,
co-owner.
co-owner.
And we want to talk about massage tables today. So it's one of the things that you'll be purchasing before you start massage school. And it can be maybe a little, not necessarily confusing, but definitely want to make sure that you get the right table that's going to work out for you. Tables are not as big of an investment as they were a while back. You can get a package like something like this for about $150 online anymore. I mean, minus this cover on it. So they're not that expensive, but there's definitely a difference in quality between tables, and there definitely are some features that you need to know about. Also, for anybody like inheriting a table or borrowing it from their neighbor or somebody in their family, there's a few things that are absolutes that you have to have. So we just want to make sure that you don't end up with something that won't work for you. So the first thing, all these massage tables that you see here are adjustable and they're portable. So adjustable means that I can come down here and adjust these knobs and change the height of the table. You must have an adjustable height table for your practice and for school, because it's going to matter like where the table is when you're kind of using good body mechanics. The table height is really important. Like this for me, table would be a little bit high. Once I put somebody's body in here, I'm going to be up here working on them. Something like this is probably a little low, but just a little bit low. So that's why we need to have an adjustable table, is so that you can change the table height. Once you get out in the world, there are things like hydraulic tables, which are nice. You just step on a lever and it goes up and down, but you don't need to worry about that right now. The other thing that you need to absolutely have is a table that allows for a face cradle on the end of it. So a lot of older tables will have just this type of setup, where there's just a face hole and that's it. You want to hop on for a second, Rebecca?
Yep. Face down?
Yeah, just face down with your face in the hole. So this is a lot harder for me to get in and kind of work where I want to work. And I'll show you the difference when we have a face cradle on there. But this is just a little bit, it's just a little bit awkward. I can't really come under here and do work. I can come this way, but it's just a little harder to work on her versus, and I can't, if she doesn't like the way that this feels right here, it's scrunching up her neck, not a whole lot I can do about it. I can't change very much. So we're going to put the face cradle in. Most tables come with the face cradle, but again, if you're inheriting one, you just might get one that doesn't have a, okay. So here, I can get right in here next to Rebecca, work her back. So it's important to have this little space right here to get in and work. I can also come right here and do neck work. I can do a lot of stuff here that I couldn't do when she had her face in the hole, because I had this whole piece of table in my way. So an adjustable face cradle cover is absolutely necessary. We'll talk about face cradles a little bit later in the video, because there's lots of different adjustable ways. You can hop up. So it needs to be adjustable. Doesn't necessarily have to be portable, but most of the ones that are adjustable are portable. We flip this down, this will fold right up. They usually have you can see the handles on that one. It'll fold up, and you can just carry it around by the handles with the case on it. It's pretty nice. So it doesn't have to be portable, but it's better if it's portable. It needs to be adjustable. You need to have a adjustable face cradle for it. The other really important part, hop up here again, Rebecca, if you don't mind. Okay. Yeah. So I put some stickers on here. The most important thing picking a table is the table width. Everybody thinks that they need a wide table. And this is my table in here that I bought like in 1995, and I insisted that I needed to have a large table because I would be working on larger athletes and bigger people, and the table is just really too wide. We were just talking about that a minute ago. That one's 31 inches across, and that's too wide. This table is 27 inches wide, and Rebecca fits on here just fine. Even if you said, well, I, come from a sumo wrestling family, and everybody is really, really, really large, especially through here. This table has these little arm things, so they would expand. Usually people are just wider up here. They're not usually so wide through here. They're not going to fit on the table. This is 27 inches, and I like a narrow table because I can get right here and work on Rebecca. I can get really close to her, and I'm not reaching. So a wider table, I might have to get over here to reach the center of Rebecca. But here, I can be nice and close. Again, body mechanics, it's the whole, gonna make or break, how long you can be a massage therapist. I mean, you can be a massage therapist for a long time and work on a lot of people, but you have to have good body mechanics. And so this is what is important, is that you get the right width of table. This is 27 inches. I'm good with 27-inch table if you get the little arm extenders, right? I don't know if I would get a 27 without arm extenders. I would just get them just in case, or get a package that includes that. Why don't you hop over, and we'll hop over onto this table. You can just hop up face down. So the difference here, you can see how differently Rebecca fits on here.
Oh, it's like a bed.
Yeah, it's big, right?
No wonder I
It's
sleep
big.
on it so much.
And Rebecca is farther away. I have to lean. Like if you look at the space here, I have to lean a little farther. I have to change my body mechanics to work on Rebecca. I have to kind of do a little bit of this thing because she's further away from me than she was on the other table. So I will say, again, I kind of leave it up to people, but I would say 31 inches, don't do it. 27, if you think that's too small, get the arm extenders. And we have like every size table in between. So we have over here like a 28, a 29, a 30. And you're welcome to come in and check them out if you want to, or just kind of take our word for it. 27 or 28, in my opinion. You start to get into like 30, 31. I feel like that's just getting pretty wide, and it can be hard on your body. So as far as some other little things that you see in here, there's a cover on this. This is a fleece cover. You don't need to have anything else except for the massage table and some sheets. That's it. There's all kinds of other things that you can get, including little fancy face cradle covers that are specifically for the face cradle. You're also okay just to use a flat sheet and fold it, so you don't have to buy anything fancy, but you can if you want, if you're shopping and making your Christmas list. Face cradle covers are nice. These covers are nice, something to kind of protect your table. If you look at this face cradle right here, you can see how it's falling apart. Some of these cheaper tables, those ones that run about like $150 on Amazon for a big complete set, it's like, wow, that's cheap. Yeah, but there's kind of a reason. So that's not to dissuade you from getting one. You just might have to be cognizant that these usually come off, that you might have to order a new one of these, which you can do. You can order those all the time. So that has a little nicer cover on it. My table that I bought they don't make it anymore, but that's, like I said, I've had it since 1996 and haven't taken particularly good care of it, and it's just right as rain. Come on over here, and you can see again, some of this kind of fake leather stuff falls apart after a while. And not to fear, that's not to say you shouldn't buy a $150 table. You might have to get a little cheapo cover to put on it. This is just a plastic cover, which really is kind of nice to have anyways. Protects your table. But you can see that, this cover is starting to fall apart here. And it makes a big mess, like in your house. And you can see this coming apart. If you're going to get one of these with kind of this sort of cover, the cheap $150 models on Amazon, maybe just get a cover too. Prolong the life of it. Let's see. Most of these come with a cover. So the portable tables over here, typically they come with a cover on them so that you can fold it up. This is what they look like when you fold it up. And I can throw it over my shoulder and we can carry it and go wherever we want to go. So, yeah. Do you want to add anything, Rebecca?
Table warmers are also really nice addition to have to feel fancy, but maybe you have, a beat up table. Because like Brenda said before, on my table in particular, it was a table that was given to me, and rather than worry about the state of the manufactured covering, I have a table warmer. I have one of those little wool covers and a vinyl cover. So honestly, it's not a big deal, and it's nice because you can save money, and there are little things that you can do to kind of zhuzh up your table a little bit without having to pay a lot of money. And nicely enough, let's say somebody gifts you a table because they used to be a massage therapist, but there's not a face cradle. All those things you can buy separately. So,
Massage Warehouse is a good place to get things.
These carriers also come. They make like little carts too. So sometimes you can get like wheels because they're really awkward and heavy. But
they are.
Yeah.
So, but definitely at a minimum is just a table that's adjustable and has a face cradle. So let's talk about face cradles a little bit in case you're buying something separately. So you can see this face cradle right here. This has a little arm thing. So this is sort of like this. They're sometimes nice, they're sometimes not nice. It just kind of depends. If you get a face cradle with them, they usually come off. This probably comes off. But you'll see some that have kind of a little ledge and platform too to put your arms on. Not necessary. It just, again, it's maybe something later on down the road. I just don't want people to get confused when they're shopping to go like, I don't know what that part is, right? So some of these have little arm things to rest your arms on when you're laying face down. Face cradle. So this face cradle right here, you can see this mechanism. Well, let's go over to this one first. This one again is just hinges on, just moves on one plane, right? That's all it does is hinge up and down like this. Totally fine for what we need. You can also get some that have more of a hinging action like that. Can you show it in there? Right? See, it comes up like this, so you can kind of tilt it like that. You can also move this up. So it moves on a couple different planes, which is kind of nice. Again, not necessary as a student, but later on in life, I think it's not bad to get that. And then let's come back in here for a second. Where's my face cradle? I'm kind of a fan of this sort of face cradle that has the dip in it. I don't see this as much anymore, but sometimes people are face down and the bar is in their way, and it bumps them on the chin a little bit. And this is just nice because this is never in the way. So just a few things, like I said, to look at as you're shopping, that you don't kind of get confused or wonder why it's like this or why it isn't like that. Okay, bolsters. Let's talk about that real quick. Some of the other equipment. This is a bolster. So this is a 6-inch round bolster. Do we have any bigger ones out there? Do you have a bigger bolster? This is a yoga bolster. You need to have a bolster. You don't need to have a variety of bolsters. We just need something mostly so that when your client is lying supine, they have something to put under their knees. That shortens up the hamstrings, and it keeps the pulling from happening on the low back. So some kind of bolster. This is a half round 8-inch bolster. These are kind of nice and sturdy. You can see this one's a little higher. We grab that one under the table. This one I like particularly for if you're laying, that's the same. So you can see this cover also. This is like a cheaper one. It kind of has a bad, if buy a bolster that's a better quality bolster, like Oakworks or something, because this will just get beat up fast. This is kind of a mess. That's one thing I would, the tables you can cover, these are a little harder to cover. And you can see like what a mess it's making like on my table right now. So this bolster is, usually more like for sideline. These are very handy if you have one or want to get one. Do so. Yeah. Yoga bolster is nice. And also they're a little beefier if you have somebody whose low back really isn't that good. It's just a better bolster to have underneath your knees. It really shortens up your hamstrings a little bit better. That's really about it for equipment. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about, I don't know if we need to talk about massage oil or not, but mostly just table stuff I want you guys to see. So again, somewhere between 27 and 30 max, I would say. I would even say more like 27 to 29 would be better. If you get a small table, the little arm things are handy. You need to have a bolster. I personally would recommend an 8-inch, we didn't have one here, an 8-inch semi-round. So this is a half round. A semi-round is like 3/4 round. So it'll be more like this. This is 8 inches in diameter. And it's more like this, and then it has a flat edge. That's like my favorite kind of bolster. So, yeah.
I would say if you're looking for hand-me-down tables, or maybe you find somebody that's trying to just get rid of one that they own, check out the leg situation. Look to see if there's any missing hardware in the legs. Those are really important, and you want to make sure that if it is missing something, if it's replaceable. So to me, I always felt like that was far more important than whether or not the cover, the table cover was luxurious or not. So.
Most of these tables have about a 450-pound max on them, so that's pretty good. That's really about it. I would say, before you put your table together, this one I had to put together like completely from scratch. It was just like in a kit. Mm-hmm. And so the bottom, if they don't have any like little rubber cups or something on the bottom, just be careful popping it open onto your brand new, beautiful wooden floor you just refinished. And but that's really about it. Oh, stools, rolling stools. So you need to have a rolling stool, something like this. So this is adjustable. I can come on here and I can work. So I'm going to be working like this. I can come around and work like this. I can use my stool like this when I'm working on people. So I use my stool a lot. So a rolling stool, you do need to have that. If you don't have one let me take that back. If you don't have one, it's not the end of the world. It's preferable if you have one. If you have a chair that works, don't sweat the rolling stool thing. If you can get a rolling stool, these are about $90 to $100 online. Then get one. If you can't, then you can find a chair that works. But a rolling stool is nice to have. Here's a few different rolling stools. So these somebody had online. It was a beauty store that was closed, and I think I got them for $10 each or something. And they're adjustable. Here's something somebody gave us. It's a little more old-fashioned-y looking, but it's cushioned and nice. Again, some of these like really cheap ones will end up like this, but they do have covers too. So if somebody gives you some old, like stool like this that looks terrible, they also make covers you can put on. I said that one of the places I work, put a cover. Almost everything has a cover you can put on it. That's really about it. So adjustable, needs a face cradle to put on it, and 28 to 30 maximum, preferably 29 inches in width. And that's really all you need. You need a table, you need a bolster, and you just need a set of sheets. Two flat sheets. I like flat sheets better, but whatever. You can either have 2 flat sheets or a flat and a fitted, and then a couple of pillowcases. But happy table shopping. If you need any help or you need any suggestions, we do have a few extra tables if it's hard for you to get a table. Yeah, but you'll probably need a table when you get out of your practice too. So, but you're welcome to come in, check out the tables if you want. Again, Massage Warehouse is a great place to look for tables. You can always go on Facebook Marketplace and see what people have that they're getting rid of. Most of these I just bought for like $100 $8 max on Facebook Marketplace. So there's a lot of tables out there. Take a little measuring tape with you. If it's 30 inches or more, don't buy it. That's it. Call us if you have any questions, and we'll see you soon.